My family flew to Cabo during my emergency surgery, so a hospital call exposed everything. What the hospital told my mom when she called later changed everything about that Cabo trip. The day before my surgery, I texted our family group chat, "Emergency appendix surgery tomorrow. I need someone to pick up Max from daycare." My sister Amber replied, "LOL, can't. We're literally boarding for Cabo." Mom added, "Ask your neighbor. This trip cost us $3,000. I stared at my phone, then typed, "Got it. Max is 4, and he kept asking why Aunt Amber and Grandma couldn't help if Daddy was sick. I told him they were on an important trip. He looked up at me and said, "More important than you getting better?" At 5 a.m., I buckled him into the car and drove him to Mrs. Chin's place. His overnight bag had clothes and his stuffed elephant. Mrs. Chin, my 74-year-old neighbor, opened her door in a robe, hair still wet. Her English is broken, but her smile was steady. She hugged Max and whispered to me, "Don't worry, I take good care." Max waved and said, "Bye, Daddy," and I forced myself to drive away. The surgery was supposed to be simple. It wasn't. I had internal bleeding and stayed out for hours. When I woke up, my doctor said I'd be in the hospital at least 6 days. I grabbed my phone, expecting my family to be blowing it up. They weren't. No calls from Mom. No calls from Amber. Just voicemails from Mrs. Chen, slow and careful. Max eating good. Max sleep good. He helped me water plants. I tried calling Mom anyway. It rang twice, then went to voicemail. I stared at the quiet group chat and felt my jaw clench. My hands were shaking. On day 3, I was finally steady enough to FaceTime. Max answered from Mrs. Chen's kitchen table with flour on his hands. He was folding dumplings with tiny fingers, trying to copy her pinches. "Daddy!" he yelled. "Mrs. Chen teaching me. She says I'm smart." A few hours later, hospital administration called me. "Mr. Rodriguez, your mother called, demanding to speak with your doctor about visiting hours," the woman said. "She wanted details about your condition." I blinked. "My mother called you?" "Yes," she said. "When we explained you've been here since Monday with complications, she got very upset. She seemed surprised you were here at all. She said it was just a simple procedure." My stomach twisted. The nurse beside me asked if I needed anything, and all I could do was shake my head. 30 minutes later, my phone exploded. "Mom, Daniel, why didn't you tell us you were dying?" Amber, "OMG, I'm literally shaking. I didn't know it was serious." Mom again, "We're booking flights home right now." Then my friend sent me a screenshot from Amber's Instagram. Beach clips all week. Then one story of Max eating breakfast at Mrs. Chen's table with crying, laughing emojis. The caption said, "My brother's parenting choices are wild. Why is my nephew at some random Asian lady's house?" My face burned. That's when I finally understood the timing. Mrs. Rodriguez from church had seen the post and called my mom in a panic. "Why is Max with strangers? Where's Daniel?" Mom brushed it off and told her I was being dramatic about a minor surgery, that I was probably fine, and Max was just staying somewhere. But Mrs. Rodriguez kept pushing. "It's been days, Maria. A little kid doesn't disappear from his dad's life unless something is wrong." So Mom called the hospital, not to check on me, but to catch me lying. She expected the staff to say I wasn't there. Instead, they told her I'd been in the hospital since Monday and had serious complications. They cut their trip short and rushed in, talking fast about how they had no idea. I didn't have the strength to argue. I just told them, "Don't go storming into Max's space. Let him stay with Mrs. Chin until I'm discharged." Mom promised she understood. Amber kept saying, "I didn't mean it like that." But the real moment came when they went to Mrs. Chin's apartment to take him. Mrs. Chin opened the door and didn't step aside. Max was at her kitchen table with a pencil, carefully copying simple Chinese characters on paper. When he saw Mom and Amber, he smiled politely and said, "Hi," then went right back to writing. Mom reached for him. "Sweetie, Grandma's here. Come on." Max didn't move. He pointed at his paper and said, "Mrs. Chin is teaching me to write thank you. She says you say it to people who help you." Mrs. Chin stood close to him, small but solid, and said in careful English, "This boy very good. He helped me. I help him. He not cry for Papa. Very brave." Mom started explaining flights and how they rushed back, but Max just looked confused. "But Daddy told me you were on an important trip," he said. "More important than him getting better." Nobody answered, and the only sound was Max's pencil scratching the page.